The weapons of Criminality, all having uses and usually really balanced, aside from the shotguns of course. But there's one standout among the weapons, a weapon that is almost practically useless, and it sucks too because it's definitely the coolest weapon, looks and sounds wise. If I hadn't made it obvious yet what I'm talking about the FNP, an Armory exclusive with a very, very hefty price tag. Let's begin with the feel and the sound of the gun. Now, I know what most people are already thinking. What are you talking about, GHOSTKILLA? The gun is just fine. I use it quite often, and it performs just as good as any of the other pistols. Well, yeah, if I did just go off of pure stats, the FNP doesn't appear to be really that bad. In fact, it's better than the Glock. Well, the difference between the Glock and the FNP is that the FNP costs $1,000 more. So yeah, its price really kills the gun. At the same price of the FNP, you can get far, and I mean far better weapons. That includes the pistols as well. The revolver, which is literally the same price and is busted. The Deagle is cheaper and better in pretty much every way. The M1911 is literally better in every way as well. And it's a lot cheaper this time. So it's clearly the black sheep of the pistol category, but not only is it overpriced, it fails in what it's trying to do. I assume this weapon was made as a weapon for solos, for a more stealthy playstyle. The problem with that is that the weapon doesn't work that well as a stealth weapon. You see, in video games, suppressors usually do a lot of things. They obviously make your gun quieter, which in Crim does help if you're trying not to bring attention to yourself. Another thing they do is that they remove tracers. If you don't know what a tracer is, when you're getting shot at, you can clearly see bullets being shot at you. It makes it easier to identify where you're actually being shot from. Suppressors in games typically remove the tracer, making it better for stealth, and in an open world game like Crim, that ability would certainly be useful. But the problem is that even though it's suppressed, it still shows tracers, making it a horrible choice for stealth weapons. Typically, when people are being shot at, they'll listen for the sound to know where it's coming from. The FNP makes that harder, so what's next? They look for where the tracers are coming from. But if the FNP didn't show tracers, it would be hard to pinpoint where you're being shot from, since, you know, the bullet tracer is making it perfect for stealth. But unfortunately, the FNP doesn't do that. And some people might think that the ability might be overpowered, however, it'd really only be useful for solos and duos. As a gang, you're already a big target, so removing tracers isn't going to make you much harder to tell where you are. If the FNP didn't show tracers, it'd be worth the price. $1,750 for not showing tracers, it'd be a perfect stealth weapon. But let's say they didn't want to make this change for some reason. I'd like to suggest another change route. Let's say we reduce the price to about $1,250. So it's still more expensive and better than the Glock, but not so much more expensive to where it's no longer worth the increased price. Let's also increase the bullet velocity, as it's one of the slower weapons, right next to the Beretta, and increase the ammo a smidge, as I find myself running out of ammo way too much with this gun. With those two balanced pathways said, I'd like to conclude this video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.